Oh my gosh, this is where my bed used to be, like right here. This is where I threw my alarm clock, like right at the wall. Mitis Town in Pokemon Brick Bronze is exactly where we started out and used to sort of look like this, and it transformed a little bit to this. It's a little bit different, and they've kind of changed everything here in Roria. So we're going to take a look at what we got to see in this demo and show you everything that has changed from Pokemon Brick Bronze to the new design of the town now. What is up, guys, and welcome back. You may recognize this map here. This is the map of Roria from Pokemon Brick Bronze. This is the old school map that we saw. Now down here, this little town, this is Mitis City. This is where we start out in the game. This is where we started out in Pokemon Brick Bronze, and this looks like where we are starting out here in the new Loomian Legacy. So if we zoom in just a little bit here, we can kind of see that this is the layout that it had. It's very, very accurate to what it was in Pokemon Brick Bronze. This little area right here, that whole town, this is what we've seen here in the demo so far. We've got a little house right here, and we're going to show this in Pokemon Brick Bronze. That little house is where we start. There's the digging site, and then there's some of these other little houses right here, but you can see this little area that I'm circling right here. That's actually been cut out in Loomian Legacy to a whole new little open area, and our house is back there. We got a little blue house there in the back, so they've actually changed the layout. So the laboratory right here on the right side, kind of behind the house. Now the layout is a little bit different from this as well. So the map is sort of the same, but it has also changed. So we're going to look at some of these differences and what has changed and what hasn't changed. Basically, in the new one, in the Loomian Legacy, there's this whole little area back here. See this little house? Like, instead, there's this house, this whole open area behind here. Like, all these rocks have been cut out, and there's a little blue house back there, and that's where we're starting out, back there in that little blue house. And then we come across, and this little bridge right here, that's where we stop. That's where we can't see the demo anymore, and the whole thing that goes on behind there. Usually what we saw going behind there was sort of a trail. There was some people we could battle, and we could go over to Chesma City, and then there was this little thing you entered, and then you go over there, and then Chesma City, and then there was also the Gale Forest. So in the Gale Forest, we also saw in the demo that there is one piece out there. So that is one of the many pieces. So this is Pokemon Brick Bronze. You wake up, you get rid of your alarm clock, and you see this little map here on the corner. That's the map that we just took a look at. But this is how the houses look. It's totally different. We're going to take a look at what it looks like later. But yeah, you come out of this house. You see this little house here by the river over there, and then you've got the little the Loomian. You've got the Pokemon Laboratory back there behind you. You've got the little river. Here is that little the trail. This guy standing here at the river. Now all these guys look like Arthro, so you're gonna see that's something that looks totally different. The house is pretty much same location, same size and everything. Right across the house over here is the digging site. So the digging site is over here, and take a look around the corner. The digging site, you're going to see, looks totally different than it looks now in Loomian Legacy. So they've completely retextured everything. The basic concept of the way it used to look and the way it looks now is very similar, but still, look at that, the laboratory. So in the new Loomian Legacy, you're going to see the laboratory kind of goes a little bit off to the left, and there's also a sign there, and the building also looks very different, where here in Pokemon Brick Bronze, it was kind of like right behind your house, and it was like right there. How convenient for your parents. I mean, you know, your mom works at the laboratory and your parent works right across the street at the digging site. Like, wouldn't that be cool if, like, where you had to work was, like, right across the street from where you are? But these two houses right here, you see these ones? These houses are covering up kind of a totally different spot. Basically, in the new one, they've taken this house and moved it over, and this house and moved it over. So both of these houses are basically moved over, and there's a little hill that goes up, and then there's a blue house on the top. Wait, did you guys see, who's that? Did you guys see that naked dude? What? Okay. There was a naked dude who just ran across. Never mind, we're gonna just ignore that. Pretend that didn't happen. Anyways, these houses right here are kind of moved off over to the side. There's a hill that goes up. They basically kind of destroyed this part of the hills and made a little opening that goes up to a blue house. And then when you come down here in the demo, you can't go across this bridge. Same thing in Pokemon Brick Bronze. You have to get your Pokemon from the laboratory before you're actually able to go across the bridge. So this is the new one. This is the Loomian Legacy. So that's the house that you come out in Pokemon Brick Bronze. See that blue house up there on the hill? That's the new one. See how everything's changed a little bit? So the laboratory's still behind this house here by the river. but it's a little bit further back there. See these two houses? Those are the two houses that have been moved over. See the laboratory? Looks totally different, right? Like, and it's called the Loomian Laboratory. The layout, completely different. There's still just, I guess, a door on the right side, and all of the landscaping in front of it looks much nicer, and it's been moved a little bit further up on the hill and not directly behind that house there on the river. And now it says Mitis Town. It also kind of names it as a different sort of location. So see those two houses? Those are the two houses that were like right next to each other and kind of blocked off the top. So now those houses have been moved over. All right, so this house, this is the one that the player basically in Pokemon Brick Bronze lives at, is this house. See, they come out right here. All right, let's go check it out. Let's see if maybe there's that map inside still. I don't know. Let's see. I think it's a completely different family. Yeah, they've completely redecorated things in here. This looks completely different. See, you know, just earlier in this video, this is the house that I came out and was originally in. So let's see what they've done to change the place. It's almost like have you ever guys like moved away and then you go and you visit your old house? It's kind of like going and visiting your old house. It's like, oh my gosh, this is where my bed used to be, like right here. This is where I threw my alarm clock, like right at the wall. This is where I got to get my first Pokemon. Oh man, the memories. But yeah, this kid's definitely moved things around quite a bit. Dripple. This guy's a Dripple fan too. Oh man, I'm insulted. The person who took my room is a Dripple fan. Okay, it's okay. We're not gonna go into that. It's all right. It's okay. Dripple fans, whatever kind of fan you are, even if you're like a Vanbat fan or a Snow Cub fan, whatever. We appreciate all sorts of fans. But anyways, so this whole thing, as you can see, has changed quite a bit. Here's the dig site. You go up here, and we're gonna see little trees here to the left. We've got the rocks on the side, a lot more detail, and it looks a lot more like smooth, and like the textures are so much better than it was in Pokemon Brick Bronze. So we're gonna actually go take a look here in just a second and see what running up the dig site looked like in Pokemon Brick Bronze. They've extended this back a little bit, so basically the map has changed quite a bit from what it was. So this is the dig site from Pokemon Brick Bronze when we first went up there. See, there's no trees there on the left, and you just come up here and pretty basic build, and then you go right in there, and that's where it is. So definitely the textures and everything way more advanced here for Loomian Legacy and looking really nice. And then this is the laboratory right here. So this is what the laboratory looked like. Totally different. And then let's look at the inside of the laboratory. Like this little checkered floor and this everything just look completely different. All right, now this is what it looks like in Loomian Legacy. You go in there. First of all, the whole outside looks different, but there's no. It's like maybe the same size, but the inside is completely different. Totally different. Okay, so now this is the bridge in Pokemon Brick Bronze. After you get your first Pokemon, you go across here. So maybe this is going to give you guys a little bit of a clue of what we're going to see here in the next part after the demo happens. We're probably going to encounter some Pokemon in the wild if there's any grass there, and also a lot of these trainers that we started battling in the very beginning, these were bug type and normal types. So if you guys have a fire type and certain types that go really effectively against bug and normal type, then you guys are probably going to have an easier time here in the very beginning. Of course, these trees over here, you're going to need cut, and you can get that later in the game. So in order to get that part of the trail, I don't know if they're going to have something like that in the next Loomian Legacy, but I'm guessing they will. In order to, you know, just keep things kind of the same and make sure that Roria sort of stays the same. But all of these different trainers, you're going to get some experience. You're going to level up your Pokemon a little bit. They should all be pretty easy. Like, their Pokemons are generally about level 2. So it should be the same in Loomian, and you should just get a chance to kind of level up your Loomians at that point. But Chesma Town is what comes up next. Now, in Pokemon Brick Bronze, there was this lady over here, and she stole your necklace. So I'm thinking there's going to be a completely different storyline. There's going to be somebody who maybe is going to help you, maybe somebody who's going to be your enemy, maybe somebody who's going to try to steal something from you as well. Hopefully that's not the case, but yeah, that's what we had here in Pokemon Brick Bronze. But in Pokemon Brick Bronze, after this, we chase this person with the help of our friend Jake, into the Gale Forest. So we've seen in the demo for Loomian Legacy, though, that the first part of the tablet is located in the Gale Forest. So if we go there, that's where we're supposed to, I guess, supposedly find the first part of the tablet. So there is also battle theaters, and there's also our missions to find the tablet. Okay, also, little side note, Sawbuck Coffee. Let's see what that turns into, because Sawbuck was actually based off of a Pokemon, and I don't know if they can actually use that. So I'm wondering if they're going to change the name of Sawbuck Coffee to a totally different coffee. Looking forward to seeing that, or even if it's going to be a coffee station, because they've changed so much already. So this is Gale Forest. This is probably where we're going to find the first part of the tablet, and I'm looking forward to seeing that and showing you guys videos of that, of Loomian Legacy, when that is out on Saturday, July 20th. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you guys later. Peace.